Okay, welcome back to the channel again. This time an unboxing. This has just come in from Wish Atlanta. Just while I open it, I'll say, so these actually dropped late last year, and I've been waiting 3 or 4 months now. No, 2 months, maybe a month and a half actually, because I knew I would be able to get them on sale. And last week it was only $20, but I managed to get them $20 under retail, so I pulled the trigger. So as you can see, typical OG Nike box. Nothing new to see there. The tag, box tag, reads Nike Air Max 1 Premium Pecan Yellow Ochre. And yeah, I think retail was 160, so I paid about 140. So yeah, enough lollygagging. I'm going to get into them. So I keep one when I look at this one, because this one has the spare lace on. I'll just leave this off to the side here, maybe. This way around. So yeah, the shoe, obviously MX1. This is part of the, get that all straight, the Ugly Duckling pack. So as you can see here, the heels have a duck on them in that yellow. It's the same yellow, I want to say about halfway maybe between actually these two, because of different materials, and the outsole. So yeah, the Ugly Duckling pack. There's another pair in them. I hold that here. I'll put the image of the other one up here. I didn't think the other pair was bad. I just didn't like it enough to spend, even the 140 that I got these for. I just wasn't going to spend that on the other pair. I think they were just too dark. I wasn't really a huge fan of the materials. Sorry, not the materials, the colorway basically. But with this pair, the shape is actually, like, for a GR MX1, the shape is actually really not that bad at all. And I think that might be down to the fact that the toe, you can see the toe box and the mudguard. So the toe box being here and then the mudguard being here, they're both in a very plush, soft suede. I think that's meant that the toe box is much more pliable and movable, and may actually be able to do a reshaping on these because of that. Like a really, really good one, and get like a collab shape out of these, I think. Yeah, they come with spare browns. The brown doesn't quite match that, this lighter brown, and it doesn't quite match the darker brown. I don't know why they've given a brown halfway in the middle, but they have. Change these around. So yellow swoosh, a kind of like chestnut, I guess, brown leather, kind of chestnut brown. Here, booty back motion. Yeah, you can, I don't know if you can see that at all, but there's a lot of backstroke motion on there. Then you have a much darker brown on the toe box, also has that motion. You can see where you put the suede hairs back and forth, how it changes. And then you have a third, I would call this brown as well. It's almost a greeny brown, greeny grey brown on the mudguard, which goes all the way around. Same thing on the inside. Actually, there's a fifth brown, which is the lining. I think the lining is kind of similar color to the mudguard, but because this is suede and this is, I'm guessing, like a nylon or something, they just look a little bit different. Who knows? And then the inside is these two colors. So the insole is this color, and then the Nike Air is that yellow. As I said, they have the duck on the back, and then one other special feature on this pair. Hopefully this comes through on screen, but they have it all over speckled outsole, which I think looks really cool. So one image I am gonna put up in maybe in this corner is relaced, factory relaced. So I'm gonna relace one side and leave the other side factory lace, just so you can see what that looks like, because it's actually really difficult to tell. Oh, I personally, I'm an anal retentive, and I find it real difficult sometimes to tell just how good I think an MX1 is when they come dressed like that. It just looks, it's like this kind of lacing is enough to make any shoe look really bad. Yeah, it just doesn't look good at all. So what I generally tend to do is whip the laces out, redo them non-factory style, well, the way I like them. So that's over under, and then I can tell like really how much I like the pair. Just looking through some of the QC side of things, because I've heard some stories of these being perfect and some stories of them being awful. So on this side, that is as symmetrical as I've seen on an MX1 in a long while, which is obviously great. I want them to be as symmetrical as possible. On that side, I think they also look super symmetrical on this side, actually. Yeah, the inside looks very, very symmetrical also indeed. If I look at the back, yeah, you'll have already seen it, I just checked it, super symmetrical. I'm kind of like, when it comes to MX1s, usually surprised when they're this good. Yeah, the front looks, there's a little bit of like crease in the toe box, but I think all that needs is a bit of a reshape, which we've seen from the casino videos, not difficult at all. But in terms of the symmetric, the craftsman, rather than the QC, the craftsmanship of this is actually really good. I can't really see a single panel that isn't exactly identical either side. Put that together with a really good toe box shape and really nice material all over, so the suede all over. I'm really surprised with like just how good that that shape is, and the overall craftsmanship. This is a bit of backstory about me with MX1. So pre-2019, I had a ton, maybe I had 25 pairs, and it was just expanding every single year. And then I'll pop up an image here of the 2019 Air Max Day, Have a Nike Day. I just fell in love with the colorway. But as you can see from the image that I've got up here, the QC and the craftsmanship was awful. I went through 3 pairs before I could get one left and one right that were both acceptable to wear. And that's not even like talking about an inch, like a few millimeters difference. I'm not like you know, inspecting it to that degree, but like you could tell on foot these errors were so big you could probably still see them on foot. And as I say, it took me 3 years. It took me 3 pairs, sorry, to get one that was acceptable to wear. And I've actually now sold them. That's the reason you didn't see them in my MX1 video. I have sold them. Basically what happened across the rest of 2019 and 2020, and then I want to say the first half of 2021, I just basically started selling all of my, well, not all of my MX1s, but a big proportion of them. I kind of just got rid of a ton of them, and I think I went down to about 7, 8, 9. And then subsequently in 2022, later on in 2021, and then 2022, I bought, my MX1s are down here. I want to say I bought 4 pairs of MX1s last year, maybe more. No, 5 maybe. And yeah, they're kind of really coming back into my wheelhouse now. I kept the ones obviously that I really, really liked, and I think my MX1 collection, whilst it's not gonna compete with an MX1 head, like someone who kind of almost only really has MX1s, yeah, I don't have all the Patas and all the Paras and all of those kind of like historical pairs, but I do have quite a few really, really good pairs. And yeah, the collection kind of just like growing as my love for the model grows back again. I also found before the build, like the back heel started to get really puffy, and what would happen is if like your jean kind of sat here, your jeans would like sit here. I like to wear these with like straight legs, and then the back would like puff out to here, and it looked really awkward. I was just a stickler for those little details, but yeah, I just didn't like it, and I just, yeah, definitely the term for me was like I'd just grown out of love with them. I just got sick and tired of like buying 3 pairs just to have something to wear. So yeah, that's the unboxing. I would say for me, this is I think this is the best Air Max one since the Prep Hemp. Yeah, and then I mean before that, I've waxed lyrical about the casinos and the concepts. Prior to that, they have had some really good Air Max ones. So I'm just looking down at my collection. They've had some really good ones over the last few years. But yeah, that is the review. Yellow laces is definitely going to stay in. Yeah, that's it from me. Over and out.